if you show me a beat
and a style
and I use them without you, I could tell you that I created that one too. But I get inspiration from other stuff. But then you're not just the first person that I'm getting that inspiration from.
But then why don't you not have that conversation with women you're about to drop it and say, bro, you know, that thing we shared.
I don't get that contract.
But the contract is for me sharing my own idea, that the level that you want to use that idea in your own that you have. You already have it. You don't think it's right for you to call the person like,
are you my manager?
Bro, hey, Nigeria be cold, bro.
Yeah, are you my manager? Now you they sort my bill.
When you look at the album that came out, it almost like that, because it was a lot of work that you feel like the connection is not perfect to me. Okay. You know, we have a lot of visuals that we're seeing. Something looks like Batman. There's a lot of things everybody's like, what is going on? Right. And then seeing what comes out from the album is, to me, is just whack. I'm no disrespect. Right. I feel like you can do better than that. I'm on this podcast. I'm somebody that always say like, Rema can sell a stadium any day, anytime. But when I listen to the album, I'm like,
1 2 1 2 1 2. We're back like we never left.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, my brother?
I do now.
Welcome to CTDAMONGBLACKS.
Yes, sir, Mr. Big Vic.
Our podcast. What's up, my G? It's been a while.
I did.
Correct. Nice
I did work out around for America, trying to, get the end meet.
I know. See,
we're doing our best.
I hear you. How you feeling though? How's everything with life and everything?
Yeah, I will use a Shake song now. Some of them don't feel relate to, but we're doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it like that. I'm not a singer. Let me just keep my mouth shut.
I see my mama went to your studio.
But where? Now my only family member go buy her. Now my family member go buy her. But we'll move back to the main way we sabi.
Yes. Let's talk about shout out to everybody. Shout out to our fans. People that keep like subscribing and tuning in. Whenever they see us anywhere, they just want to listen to us, and they're helping us to grow. Actually, we appreciate y'all, man. Just keep streaming. All right, my brother, back to the basics, man. We'll go back to the drawing board. So there's something going on right now about Rema. Omah Lay. I'm not gonna say Omah Lay saying somebody actually. He spoke to somebody about his album, like his new sound that he's trying to get to the world, and Afrobeats. He's trying to get into this new sound of Afrobeat, and he spoke to the person about it. Says a big name, a big artist, and before you knew it, that person just went on and stole his style and dropped an album. And what do you think about that? First of all, what do you think he's referring to, number one? And number two, what do you think about it?
Okay, so first of all, I want to say shout out to all of them, because if they are not doing this, we wouldn't have something to talk about.
Okay, right.
So that's shout out to you.
He's giving us content.
Yes. So to those that steal somebody's idea, and to those that the idea was stolen from, shout out to them both.
Yes, Joy.
Yes, because without them, we won't have nothing to really talk about. But coming back to it, I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay. There's this thing about black people now that a lot of people don't put too much respect into.
And what is it?
Black people are the people on the internet, like when they put a story out, they'll put it they will do the job for FBI, and allegedly people are putting out there saying it's Rema. I don't know.
Allegedly. People saying it's Rema.
Yeah, it's Rema. Because
I think I saw on Twitter they said Victoria and Rema because they both came out with the album around the same time. But a lot of people are saying it's Rema because Rema went out with an interview and was saying something about some people get some
when something comes to you,
you don't use it.
So that justifies the fact of saying allegedly. Perfect. So I'm not going to say is Rema because it might be wrong, but I will use that as a context to explain my own view.
Okay.
First of all, to some extent, people that are not in the music business or don't understand or feel like they understand the music business, we say there's nothing wrong about it.
Okay.
For Nigerians, actually. And the reason why I would say for Nigerians is because we here in America, when you have a sound or when something like that and it's being mastered, it's yours. There's a way you could fight the person and they will take you down. You don't have to go online and start talking. For example, when Roddy Waves was using Boozie's song, and Roddy Waves singing in a way like I didn't even know about the Boosie track until Boosie came out and said, "You gotta call me some check." Like, you really, really literally singing my song word for word. But that's different when it comes to the style of Omah Lay. I think it's a win-win for every one of them. Omah Lay is just drop moving. And all of a sudden we start seeing him all around. I
was about to just say that.
Podcasts.
I think it's a promotion. I think all this is just a promotion thing.
So that's.
I'm not saying he's wrong, but I see a big time, and it's helping the single he came out with, Moving.
Yeah, so
it's actually charting in Nigerian chart right now. So it's really helping him. So I think I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying, of course, I don't think he's wrong, but I felt like him mentioning that statement, saying that, knowing that he has a single coming out, I mean, that's a genius move, man. I mean, hey, what can I say?
But it's a genius move, and I think that's one thing I use when it comes to like when I do critic. It's about saying we just got to use our life to live.
Okay.
He wait for the right time.
Perfect.
Because hadn't been, he went back to make a new sound or however he come up with moving, which proves his point of saying when you have it, you have it. But don't come and I would digress a bit from the main thing you asked me about, saying a lot of artists, when somebody use their sound, they're quick to come out. Saying that style is not good, I would say it's good if you already have a master plan. Don't come out to fight in the music industry when you don't have a master plan. I think I've been privileged enough to talk to a lot of people in the music industry that realize that it's very toxic and dirty. So if you don't have your own A game, every time they play you, you don't know how to want to come out of it. You're just going to be like a pawn in a chess game. So to me, I think it's bad if we're still doing that in Africa, because I think there's a lot of sound, there's a lot of style that we can all create. And that's why I said in context to Rema, which allegedly, I'm not saying it's Rema.
We don't know, right?
So from the video that we saw online, Rema was saying, when style comes to you and you don't use it, and maybe that means it comes to me. But if you're looking at the business of music in that perspective and you're comfortable to share with the world, it says a lot about your originality for me, because your originality don't want to, like, you could use it, but just acknowledge the fact of saying you didn't use it, or why can't we just work this thing together? Okay, bro, the idea you shared with me, I've been having it in my head. I think if that conversation happened, maybe Omah Lay won't be coming out, but we don't know. Now, if let's say they have that too, I'll use that for Omah Lay's side. Omah Lay waited for the right time.
Right.
That's me. So,
and it also could be, look, I mean, it could be like me and you having a conversation and I'm playing you some tracks and you're like, oh man, I like this. And I'm not even thinking you're going to go back and use it. Or if you do, I'll be happy that you're using it, because I didn't tell you this is my sound, but I'm expecting nobody to jump on this kind of sound. I like the sound. You understand? Allegedly they're saying it's Rema. And Rema listened to this. I'm like, I like the way this sounds. I like to put this on my album because I like this sound. And then he goes back and I can
tell you this, that
but we don't know. We're just saying allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So we got to be careful of what we put out in terms of saying allegedly, because this is just me saying this. But I felt like no disrespect to the name that we're allegedly thinking is this. When you look at the album that came out, it almost like that, because it was a lot of work that you feel like the connection is not perfect to me. Okay. We have a lot of visuals that we're seeing. Something looks like Batman. There's a lot of things everybody's like, what is going on? Right. And then seeing what comes out from the album to me is just whack. I'm no disrespect. Right. I feel like you can do better than that. I'm on this podcast, I'm somebody that always say like Rema can sell a stadium any day, anytime. But when I listen to the album, I'm like, So we justify the fact of saying, if allegedly it's true, what Omah Lay was saying, because you could see from what Omah Lay did with his moving compared to the entire album of Rema. You understand what I'm saying? So
Omah Lay,
you could see the picture and the videos.
Still better.
Which means the boy is saying, like, I went back in, is something that I have in me. I can rewrite it. Now that you have using somebody's style, what are you gonna do next?
I see where you're coming from.
You get what I'm saying?
I see where you're coming from.
So
okay, Rema, let's allegedly he used a new style. Hey, it's not giving what it's supposed to give.
All of a sudden, you drop an album. We're now knowing that you're paid so amount of money, which means we should talk about your album, know what you're being paid before the album. Means the album is not really doing what we expect. Thank you for that. So I don't blame Omah Lay now using it too now to sell himself, but you can see the originality of. I'm not saying him have mastered how he want to choose his word, but you could tell there's some truth in what he's saying.
Right.
And watching moving and watching it allegedly saying Rema saying, it's a gift that came to me, shows the level of what we still have to talk about in the music industry in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
I think
even in the whole, it's
America is still more structured a little bit though.
I mean,
because the system allows some things where you can't downplay somebody's effort some kind of way, unless you don't protect it properly. If you do everything right, even though you share with them, you could still go after them like, that's my shit. Like, so that's for me.
That's for you. All right.
I think, that's what I would say about saying.
I mean, I like your points. I don't mean to cut you off, but I do like your points, and I think that's why I wanted to ask you, because I feel like you give me a different insight of where this is going and what you think about.
But then I'm gonna digress to ask you this.
Okay.
In your own view, in the Nigerian music industry of today, do you think it should be a normal thing when somebody just steals somebody's style?
You see, that's the thing. I feel like when you say steal, if I'm having a conversation with you, you're in the studio just vibing, right? You're coming up, you're giving me ideas, and we're bouncing off ideas from each other. And then you go out and put an album, right? I can't be mad. Because in our conversation, I didn't tell you about my style. This is me.
But But you know, in the music industry, for somebody to create the sound to the level where they play it for you, to the level where they share those idea with you, that's a lot of work being put into it.
Absolutely, I agree.
So how do you feel comfortable when I play you my sound and I show you some ideas? And we both know in this game, there's nothing free. Somebody to just even do they might say, give me 200,000 naira. I'm just saying, like 1 million. It depends on the people you call. They might even say, give me like $10,000 to make a beat for you. So if I show you a beat,
if you show me a beat
and a style,
and I use them without you, I could tell you that I created that one too. But I get inspiration from other stuff. But you're not just the first person that I'm getting that inspiration from.
But then why don't you not have that conversation when you're about to drop it and say, bro, you know that thing we shared that day?
I could tell you not.
But what if
get that contract?
But the contract is for me sharing my own idea, that the level that you want to use the idea in your own that you already have it. You don't think it's right for you to call the person like,
are you my manager?
Bro, hey, Nigeria be cold, bro.
Yeah, are you my manager? Now you they sort my bills. Now you go pay for my record label. Why would I have to tell you every time I want to record that?
No. So if I get you, what you're really telling the person is, let's say I'm the Omah Lay, you are the Rema. Allegedly Rema.
Yeah, I won't do that to you.
So which means
I understand which means the code in this industry, like you said.
But do you think it's right though? Do you think it's right for the industry?
Honestly, I won't.
For the business?
Honestly, this is my total honest opinion. We don't know who is referring to, number one. Number two, we were not there when the conversation was having.
Fact.
We were not there when both people were sharing ideas.
Fact.
So I can't tell you 100% this is what I think or this is what happened. You get what I'm saying? That's just my take. So I can't really give you, I wasn't there.
So let's forget about allegedly's Rema or Omah Lay. Let's just say somebody just walk up to us and ask, what is your own real opinion for Nigerian music industry? I'm talking about like Africa generally. Like what do you think? Is that a normal thing? Because they are not going to be the first. They're not going to be the last.
Yeah. It happens every day.
So do you think it's ethical? Do you think it's normal? Do you think it's right for the business of music industry?
I don't think it's right, because I think you're taking me for granted. You're taking my artistry for granted, and you're not giving my artistry respect that it deserves. Because this is coming from my blood, sweat, and tears that I'm putting into this work. And you just come in and stealing it, and making it your own, or and you run with it and make it your own. I don't think it's right.
Thank you for that.
That's the point. I don't think it's right.
Thank you for that. I think naturally for me, you've answered what I wanted to say, and the only thing I just want to add to it is a wake up call, because between me and you, I think America have a system that works, but I don't think Nigerian system works in the sense that we can even regulate things in the music industry in Nigeria. I don't even think that particular sector really works. It only works when they make me videos that has something to do with our religion. After that, nobody talks about it. And I think it's a wake-up call, which I know whoever that they give that charge to, I'm not looking for any opportunity, but I'm just saying, like, it would be hard for them to even implement something, because the level of how Nigerian music is to the world now, whoever that wants to manage that sector in Nigerian music industry must be somebody that's really well exposed, really well having level of international exposure. Because if they put somebody to regulate anything in the music industry for Nigeria, if it is a wrong person, it can affect the entire career of what we're doing in Afrobeat. So I don't, what is your take in that part about Nigerian system, coming in place or trying to play a role?
I think it's needed. We need a body. We need a different type of body.
Yeah, our manager said no, we don't go there. We shouldn't go there. So we back off.
We back off on
that. We back off. But anyway, that's for my own take for this particular views.
Okay.
I think we need to do better in terms of music industry in Nigeria. About people should start making we should just try as much as possible to be real. I think we have enough people that will listen to everybody's sound without not feel like you gotta copy somebody's sound. That's just my take. Like if there's an idea, there's nothing wrong. You could do collabos. Like people work, even though it might not happen because of their record label. Sometimes when you sign to some record labels, there are some people you can't just cross to and just sing with them, especially when you're not on the same record label like that. So that might play a big role. But I think it is something we can keep working, and hopefully we get better every day and we can be able to achieve everything we need to achieve. That's just for me anyway on this topic.
We've talked about everything so far on this topic, and
But anyway, for you that might watching us, my name is Oyebanji Akins. This is CTDAMONGBLACKS. You can watch us on YouTube. Just go right now and go and just put in CTDAMONGBLACKS. The same thing on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. Just put in the name CTDAMONGBLACKS. Go to TikTok, you're definitely going to find us there. And if you want to listen to us on audio, you can go to Audio Mac. We're now live on Audio Mac. You can listen to our episode, the one we've done in the past. The one we're doing today actually is going to be there too. And if you want to watch the video or the audio on Spotify, you have the chance to watch it through. And if you want to be on Apple or Podcast or Amazon Music, we're there live, and you can definitely be able to enjoy our podcast. And for anything we're doing, we're not trying to tell you we're the best version of what you need to expect, but we're just sharing our views basically on what we know about music, life, and experience, and hopefully it could trigger whatever you might have in your mind to make sure you want to partake in it. If you have any story you'd like to share with us, you can always reach out to us on ctd@africanroot.com. The African is going to be K, not C. And we are still here, and we're definitely going to be coming back to make sure we can feed you with every information that you don't want to miss. Let me say that.
Absolutely.
And to make sure that we're giving the conversation that people don't want to hear. So with that being said, Big Vic, take us out of this particular episode.
Yes.
I think we've been allegedly enough to run our mouths. Hopefully we're not stepping on anybody's toes. And, it's allegedly, like you said. But, shout out to Omah Lay for that. Moving, it was a nice music. Shout out to Rema for his album. He's doing his homecoming. It's wonderful to see an African person in Nigerian, taking that level of music to the world and bringing it back home. So shout out to Rema. He's been able to do things nobody have ever done in Edo State, if I'm correct. And history is being made, and we want him, and we still want him to keep doing big and keep representing us as much as he can do. So Big Vic, I give it back to you.
Yes. So that's it, bro. Nothing else to say. Until next time, we say love, peace as we continue to connect the dot.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Yes, sir.